Hi, I'm Eva, and when I say I'm on my phone quite a bit, I mean quite a bit. Like those hours say enough, don't you think? So I was looking for a reading challenge that I can do to make me deal with that, but I also didn't quite feel ready to read 6 to 9 hours a day during the holiday season. So I looked for alternatives and decided on the challenge that Sarah Caroli had done, which was reading a page for every time I picked up my phone. And my reading experiences were definitely interesting, to say the least. I feel like I'm picking my phone up a lot throughout the day, so this could be really interesting. But let's see. I'm going into my screen time. I'm sorry that this is all in German, but yeah, I'm German. On Tuesday last week, it's currently Tuesday, so on Tuesday last week I picked up my phone for 119 times, which is alright, I guess. 119 pages I can do. I feel like that's a very manageable number. I am currently reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, which is a very spicy romance novel, and it's a little bit out of my comfort zone when it comes to spice. I'm not really a spice reader. I usually skip the spice when there's spice in the book. And this is a really new experience, I would say. There was only one spicy scene so far, but like, damn, that was spicy. I got a little red while reading it. Like, even though the spice is a little bit too much for me so far, I'm really into the story, and I feel like the whole like ice skating and ice hockey romance is super cute. It really feels like reading a college movie or like a reality TV show. It really feels like hearing stories from your best friend. And there's also like this big friend group which really reminds me of the Magnolia Park series, which I absolutely love. You don't have to use much brain power to read, which is really relaxing, honestly. So yeah, I would say let's get into reading. I am currently on page 94, and to read 119 pages, 119 pages, I would have to read, oh, now I have to do math, 1 second. I'm gonna let my phone do the work. 94 plus 119, 213. I have to read until page 213. I have been using the sticker from the back of the book as my bookmark because I couldn't find a bookmark.
Lights, please.
It has gotten dark, so excuse the lighting situation. I am 182 pages into Icebreaker. I only have to read 30 more pages tonight, and it's very spicy. Not that I'm surprised, but like, I'm still surprised because, yeah, I don't know, the cover just looks so cute and so sweet. And for the first, I don't know, 60 pages, I think, it's like a pretty standard romance story, and it feels very like, I don't know, very like, yeah, college romance, college sports romance, and it's very cute and sweet. Then they're just doing it again and again and again. And I don't know how to read this with a straight face, to be honest. Like, those girlies who are reading this every single day, I salute you. Honestly, I don't know how you do it without like getting in the mood all the time. Because it's the only thing I think this would be great for, to like get in the mood for stuff. But yeah, it's definitely an experience, and I'm glad to be experiencing this because, I don't know, I always was very intrigued to find out if I would like spice, if I would be prepared for it, because I always read the spicy scenes in books when I just was completely unprepared for it, and I didn't expect there to be spice in the book. Like, it might be fun every once in a while, but just not in my casual everyday read. But like, if you enjoy stuff like this, like, you go for it. I 100% support you and have fun. As I said earlier, I have 30 pages left to read tonight, and I'll probably read them later in bed because I am really starving at this point and I really need to eat some dinner. I am finished for tonight and I have so many thoughts to share with you tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So on Wednesday I had a pretty bad mental health day and just wanted to cuddle up in bed, so I'll be sharing all of my thoughts with you on the following day. And take this as a reminder that it's okay to take breaks and that taking care of your mental state should always come first. So on Wednesday I had to read 98 pages and I got through it pretty well. I read about 50 pages early in the morning and the rest later at night. It's the next day and I have read up until page 312 last night, and the story has changed a lot over the course of the last 100 pages. Like, yeah, there were a few more spicy scenes, but not nearly as many as there were in the beginning, and I really appreciated that. But also I got a lot more used to the spicy scenes because it felt like there was a lot more context to them. Like, at the beginning they were just hooking up, but the more I got invested into their love story, it felt so much more natural that there were spicy scenes, you know? I don't know, I was really enjoying it, which is weird because I'm usually not that into spice, but I feel like with them it's kind of wholesome in some way, even though spice is not really wholesome, but it was really wholesome. Like, their communication style is just so healthy. They communicate very clearly with each other. There isn't any miscommunication in this book, which I absolutely love, because usually romance books love to use the miscommunication trope to bring a little bit more, I don't know, dynamic into the story. But with this one it's just very different, especially because there's like the whole sports topic and the whole sports drama, so it doesn't really need the relationship drama, which is so refreshing for a romance book, because usually like the drama that is in a romance is usually focused on the romance, and with this one the drama that's in the romance is focused on the sports. There was an in-depth therapy session in here, and like the whole topic of mental health, and there's also talk about eating disorder and like a lot of mental health stuff, which is so cool and a lot more deep than I would have expected for like a spicy book. And like, I don't know, it has these two sides. Like, it has the spice, but it also has a lot of depth and a lot of character and a lot of very important topics that are being discussed. And I don't know, I'm absolutely in awe of the story, and I'm so excited to finish this. I really hope I can finish this today, even though I have to read, wait, let me see. So today I need to read 108 pages, which I think is pretty manageable. And I think to finish this book, I have to read 11 more pages than the challenge says, but I really want to finish it tonight.
Out that keeping us casual looks more like us just playing games. Face to face, it feels so natural, but when he walks out of the room, I can't tell who's using who, but I still waste my time.
I don't know why the curls on my left side have stayed longer than the curls on my right side, but you know. Wow, this book really was an experience. Like, the spice was intense, as I've said, but like, besides the spice, the relationship was literally everything, and the ending, like, what did happen in this epilogue? Like, that was crazy. but I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. I couldn't put this book down. I never thought I'd say this, but I don't know, I felt like the spice felt right in this book. Like, it felt like it belonged there. It belonged in the relationship between Nathan and Anastasia. Like, at the beginning I was a little bit grossed out, but as the story went along, it got so much better and so much more intertwined with their relationship, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4.75 out of 5 stars. I only didn't give it 5 stars because I didn't 100% enjoy the spice, but besides that, the book was absolutely phenomenal, and I've already bought the second book. Because yeah, I will definitely continue the series. I am so hooked. I am so in love with these characters and with the side characters and with everyone. It was so amazing. So, and then I have decided to read a very extremely highly anticipated new release. I am so freaking excited for this. And that book is Never by Jessa Hastings. If you didn't know, I have read the Magnolia Park series a couple of months ago, and I was completely invested and in love. And I have very high expectations for this one. I have only read the first 2 Magnolia Parks books, and I have paused reading the Magnolia Park series for the winter time because I just wanted to read like more like wintry books and fantasy books, and that this one has come out during the winter time is absolutely perfect because it is a fantasy book and I can read it in the winter time and in December. And yeah, I am so excited for this. This is a Peter Pan retelling about the granddaughter of Wendy and a love triangle between Peter Pan and Captain Hook. I can only imagine this to be great. I hope it doesn't disappoint me, and I think without me rambling on for another 10 minutes about how excited I am for this book, let's get into reading and let's start it, and then I can talk more to you about it. Oh, and like, I completely forgot to mention how much I have to read today, because we're doing a reading challenge, or I'm doing a reading challenge, so of course I need to know how many pages I have to read today. So today is Friday and I have to read 115 pages today.
Took one look at the car, felt like looking at a scar. I can't play pretend with those who play the victim. I can't make you love me right, and I don't want what ruins my nights. You ruin my nights, you ruin my nights. Never thought I'd go to hate, doing things with grace. It's turned me to stone, not being able to throw. There's a time and place for screaming off a balcony with the echo of the pain.
Good morning, friends. So I am on my period and I'm feeling like crap. I always have very strong periods, so don't expect too much of me today or the following days. Yeah, because today is my first day and tomorrow will be my second day. And I don't know about you, but for me, the second day of my period is always the worst. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. But I have read up until page 115 last night of Never. At the beginning, it was super hard to get into. Like, I was so, I don't know, maybe it was just not my reading day, and maybe I was just not in the right mood because I was still a little bit hung up on Icebreaker. But it was really hard to get into. Around 50 pages or 60 pages in, it got a little bit easier, and I felt like I got to know the characters a little bit more, and it felt a little bit more flowy. But the thing is, I'm not really a fan of Peter Pan. I find him very weird and kind of rude. Like, the thing is, Peter Pan in like the real story, Peter Pan is also a really weird character. Jessa Hastings has captured him pretty well, but I hate him. So yeah, I don't know, the love triangle doesn't really work for me yet because I'm only rooting for Captain Hook or Jameson Hook because it's the son of Captain Hook, I think. And yeah, he's the only character where I'm like really like, oh yeah, I can see why she likes him. But with Peter Pan, like she's always like, he says extremely stupid stuff, but she's so in awe of him because he's like so magical and everything that she's just like, oh yeah, I don't know, she's gushing about him and it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting warm inside when he says stuff like this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, excuse me, he's stupid. Maybe there will be some character development to Peter Pan in the future, and I'm really hoping there will be, because right now it's just not acceptable, just not as intense as the Magnolia Park series. And I'm not really used to Jessa Hastings' writing style and fantasy books. I don't know, I feel like to me in Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates it fitted a little bit better. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how the story is going to continue. I have to read, one second, I have to read 130 pages today. Just gonna lay in bed all day today because I'm, like I said, I'm not feeling well at all. I gotta confess a little something. It's actually 2 days later than the last clip you saw because I have been dying yesterday. I mean, not really, but I've had my second day of my period yesterday. I've had a really insane migraine attack yesterday. I think I mentioned it in my earlier videos, but if you didn't know, I suffer from chronic migraines during my period. And that can lead to me not being able to read sometimes, or being able to film, or being able to do anything really. And yeah, I also have it with an aura. I don't know if that's how you say it in English, but in German we say aura. It's like when you're also like very dizzy and you're very nauseous and everything, like you can't really see clearly and stuff like that. But I still really want to finish it today. I want to finish Never Today. I have 130 pages left, I think. I'm still feeling very meh about the whole story, especially about Peter Pan. It's all, I don't know, just not what I expected to get. I mean, it fits the Peter Pan vibes because, like I said, Peter Pan is also like a character that is kind of all over the place in real life, or not in real life, but in, you know, in the real story. But I'm still like not enjoying reading it, you know? I'm still not enjoying the love triangle. I'm only enjoying Jameson Hook. I think he's a very good character, but besides that, like even Daphne is a little bit annoying from time to time. And also I feel like Jessa Hastings is doing the toxic relationship thing again, which she has done in the Magnolia Park series. And I feel like with the Magnolia Park series it was really fitting, and the characters had like very good reason to be this messed up and to be this toxic. But I feel like with this kind of story it feels very forced and not realistic at all to me. Maybe, oh, my cat is trying to get out. He's always like jumping on the door handle and is trying to get out this way, and he's usually able to open the door. Doors in Germany open like when you push down, so it's not like when you in America like you turn usually the doorknob, but in Germany you push it down, so my cat is able to open it by himself. So yeah, that's a fun fact. We'll see if the last 130 pages change my mind in any way. But yeah, we'll see.
Real fact, I do not flirt in front of people, so don't get your hopes too high. I ain't the type of guy so sentimental. I'm not wearing suit and tie. It's so not like me to let someone in this place so easily, but you fit like a glove, and I can't avoid this magnetic love. Got me out of control. Oh, of course I walk you home. I'm not a cold-hearted man. I might look a little tough, but I'm a guy.
I have no words. This was probably the biggest disappointment for me this year. What was that ending? What has happened throughout this whole story? I just don't get it. I don't get this book. I don't understand why we're introduced to the most stupid and most horrible character ever that we already know from our childhood stories or like from a Disney movie, and we're like, okay, maybe there's some character growth along the way, and it's not like this super stupid love triangle that doesn't make any sense. And there's no character growth, there's nothing happening. The whole story is basically like, I don't know, it's just this love triangle. There's nothing else really happening. And I'm always waiting for it to get intense. I'm always waiting for plot twists to happen, but nothing is happening. Like the love triangle goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it goes back and forth up until the very end. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand this book. I am so mad and I'm so disappointed. I had such high hopes for the story. I was so excited to get into this, and it was horrible. The only good things about the story were sometimes moments with Jameson, but then also not. Like if you've read it, you know what I mean, also not, but like, and the other good thing about the story were definitely like the scenes of Neverland and like the whole magic that Neverland has. But like that's like kind of an old thing. That's a thing we know already from the Peter Pan book and the Peter Pan movie, and it's nothing new, you know? And the thing that was new was completely stupid and completely horrible, and I hated it. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect this at all. I was so excited for this book for months now. I was anticipating it so much, and for it to be like this, I don't get it. I've never had this with a book where I was like, why? Nothing was resolved and nothing happened. Should I really give my most anticipated book of the year 1 star? Is that what it has come to? I don't know. So sad. And I think it's all we really need to talk about right now, because if I'm gonna talk about this book any longer, I'm gonna spoil you. And I don't want to spoil you. I think I've already said enough, but like, damn, I'm disappointed. I'm honestly really suffering because of my period right now, and I'm pretty sure the next days are not going to be any easier because my migraines always hit the most the later it is in my period. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this reading challenge right here. And it was so much fun, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!